Hello, 8th grade. Today we're going to continue working on expanding exponents and working towards figuring out the product rule of exponents, which applies when you're multiplying exponents of the same base. So for this first problem, it's the same thing we've been doing for the past few days. You're just expanding the exponents that are given to you. So I have 5 squared times 5 to the 6. I know I can write 5 squared, the first term, as 5 times 5. This sign right here is the same as multiplication, so I'll bring that sign down. And then I can write 5 to the 6 as 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, 6 times. Now to take it a step further, I'm going to count how many 5s I have now. I already expanded it, but just to take it one step further, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 5s. So now that I've expanded it, it can also be written as 5 to the 8th. Keep that in mind for when we work together during the guided practice. For the second one, I'm multiplying 2 to the first power times 4 cubed. So when I expand it, I'm going to expand this first term first. 2 to the first power is just the same as 2. This sign means what? You're right, multiplication. Bring that sign down. And then I'm going to expand my next term, which is 4 to the third power, which you can also call what? Yes, it can also be called 4 cubed. So I'll write 2 times 4 times 4 times 4, because I'm expanding 4 cubed. For this third problem, I have 5 to the second power, which can also be called what? Yes, it can also be called 5 squared. Times, this sign means multiplication, 7 to the 6. So I have 5 squared times 7 to the 6. I can first expand my 5s to be 5 times 5. Carry down my multiplication sign. And then I can expand 7 how many times? Yes, I'm going to expand it 6 times. On this part right here, for the rest of your worksheet, you're going to be expanding and solving. But I actually want you to not just solve, but also simplify. Sorry, that's supposed to be a plus sign. Simplify. I'll write S-I-M-P for simplify. So if we have 9 cubed times 9 squared, because 9 to the third power is the same as 9 cubed, 9 to the second power is the same as 9 squared, I can expand it as 9 times 9 times 9. There's my 9 cubed. And then I'm going to expand it 2 more times for my 9 squared, or 9 to the second power. So on the first part, I have my 9 cubed. The second part is my 9 squared. So when I'm solving it, I'm first going to simplify it. So I'm going to say, okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 9s. So that's 9 multiplied by itself 5 times. You can solve it yourself on the calculator and just write what you get from solving it next to 9 to the 5th power. I'm going to skip the second one because it's exactly like the first and just review the third one. When we have 6 to the negative 4, that negative exponent tells us what? Yes, it tells us division, because it's the opposite of multiplication, which is what you normally do for exponents. And division is the same as a what? Right, a fraction. So I'm going to write the 6 as a fraction, 1 over 6. And I'm expanding that 4 times. 2, 3, 4. But then I also have 6 to the negative 2. So I need to expand it 2 more times, still as a fraction. Now to solve, I'm solving a fraction, so I need to multiply across the top, my numerators, and across the bottom. So 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1, 6 times. We're just multiplying 1 by itself, so it will be 1. On the bottom, when I write it simplified, it will be 6 to the 6th power. Sorry, I'm going over the line a little bit, but it will be 6 to the 6th power. And then I can use my calculator, figure out what 6 to the 6th power is, and I can find the solution. So you can use your calculator to plug in 6 to the 6th power, or 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 times 6, 6 times. Once you've done that, just finish up the rest of the problems on this page. You can also grab if you are in Princeton, you can grab your worksheets from the metal container on the bookshelf near your table, and you can continue your worksheets yesterday, which we'll be going over today. By the end of today, I need to have both worksheets 100% complete. Good luck on the rest of the problems.